14, 215. 318, 219, 290. Which network? How many people? 20. I don't.
Okay, good morning, class.
Good morning, ma'am. Morning.
I hope we are doing very well, right?
Yes, we are doing. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Very well.
Good morning.
Yes,
So,
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
plan today. Good morning. I want us to have a quiz, and also I want to give us assignment. How many departments do we have?
Yeah.
All the science departments.
As how many? I know that all the science. How many are we?
Engineering is still here.
Okay, all the sciences and engineering. Now,
Except computer.
okay, science. How
I'm
many?
building students, ma'am.
I'm building.
Yes,
Now, I want to give us a task.
Biomedical student as well, ma'am.
So you can see my pen. Now, is it possible? Is it possible? The course rep. I know that you have a forum, right? Of course reps. Course reps. Do you have a platform? Now, I want all the course reps, all the representatives for all the departments. I want to give you guys a task. Now, because the essence of this is I want you all to pass FSC 112, 102, or section 101, depending on what you register the course as. Very well.
Thank you, ma'am.
The task I want to give us is number one is that the course rep should gather, and each of the topics, I want you to generate 30 questions from each of the lecturer. The topics each of the lecturer, you know where you're going to still have another 2 lecturers that's going to teach you. So if you can be able to generate all these questions for me, I'm going to have a time where we're going to come online and do general tutorial on all the questions. Now, if you divide yourself, we have 6 lecturers. I think I'm the 4th one, and you have 2 remaining. So divide all the departments into these 6. if it's possible for each of the department to have 2-2, right? Like if the department can be merged into 2-2 to make sure that each of the departments can have a topic. So it means that 2 departments will handle a topic. So in each of these 2 departments, you have delegates that can generate questions. If it's from each topic, okay, generate from this topic. You generate every possible question. We look at the questions. We know the questions that are similar. So we can bring out at least 102 questions.
Yay!
And these 102 questions, it means yes now, because if we have 20 from each department, we are going to 6. So we are going to have 120 questions. In these 120 questions, you send that question to me in form of CBT. Just send the question. I'm going to complete the CBT options. So we're going to do tutorial after all your lectures that will prepare you for your exams. So that by the time you enter, that's not how you do that tutorial of 120 questions. And you enter exam hall, you will not see minimum of 100 that you know, that you're similar, that you're familiar with. So that is a tax. And this tax is optional. It's optional if you want. I just want you to form the question yourself and think of possible answers so that can help you to do this thing well. So in a few minutes, we're going to finish the course. My section today. Then the remaining topic, hello, I don't want noise. I don't like noise. The remaining topic, we're going to take it on Monday, maybe in 30 minutes. But if time permits to finish, because I want us to finish the one in the lecture material that you have. Then the remaining time, we're going to take our quiz. Then I want you to put in your very best in this quiz, because you never can tell how far the quiz can go in your assessment. Now, the only challenge I'm having in this quiz is a platform for us to do this quiz. I'm trying to use LMS so that I can share the quiz here. You answer and submit within the time frame on LMS. And if any of you know another method we can use to do this, that can be adopted by me too. I just want us to do that quiz today.
We can use Google Form.
No, Google Form cannot.
Google Form is not so good, ma. Please, ma.
Because
of
the number population, Google Form cannot go far because of population.
Like sometimes missing results.
Quiz books can take thousands.
Like LMS is very much okay. Like Google Form is not so.
So I'm trying to work on LMS for also use.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
Because LMS can accommodate as
quiz boot.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. It's for you, so you're good. Right? Because I know that because of this quiz, some of you have read and read and read. And if I did not talk about quiz, you will not even read at all until exam time. So the quiz will help you to pass. So at the essence of everything, I will stress you, but at the end, when you see your A, you'll be happy. You forget about the stress.
I see your picture. That's because I'm seeing your picture on the banner.
Who is asking question?
Let's start looking for her now.
If you have any other method other than LMS, let me know.
You see now?
Ma, you can use quiz boots.
Quiz what? I don't know about that one. So is it something I can just upload my questions or you submit? I want a place where I will share the question here, you submit. I don't want to upload the questions.
Yes, the structure allows you to answer questions like CGT.
Yes, it's just like it's CBT, it's a CBT question. It's not so it's something you can answer in like 10 minutes and you submit. I just want a place where we can submit. The submission is the problem. If I say I should use my mail will be loaded as in overloaded. So I want a platform for submission. That's just what I want, not a platform for the quiz as in. So if you have any, sorry?
Ma, please, some people don't know the meaning of LMS.
Oh, seriously? I don't know what to do now. Okay, let me see what I can do. Let me see if I can open a new email because of this and to submit them.
You can use testmarker.com.
Testmarker.com.
Yes.
They will. Okay, so how does it go? Testmarker.com.
I don't really know, but during my school, that's for our test. That's what I need to do.
Okay, let me see what I can do. Let me open another mail. So you can just do it and submit it. As soon as the time says submit, anybody that did not submit, the person that will not access the person's scripts. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me open a new email. Hello, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, ma. Please, what of those on YouTube?
Yes, everybody see, whether you're on YouTube or not, you're going to see the question.
Okay.
You're going to see the question. Do you understand?
Okay.
Then after you have answered, that's why you must have your paper and pen. You're just going to give me option number 1 A, number 2 B, to the number 22 or something. Then you submit immediately. Snap it.
Okay, ma. Sorry, my second question, ma. Sorry, ma. And is it only on chemical on this topic?
Yes, on my topic, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. I just want to assess it so that any question that will come out on this topic, I'll be sure that you can assess it. That's what matters. After now. So then, like the assignment I gave you.
Excuse me, can I ask a question? My question is, most of us are using laptop.
Please,
We will not be
your
able
mic
to
is
snap
on.
like.
Most of you that are what?
Like using laptop, it's like kind of difficult to snap.
You don't have phone. You can snap. You can save it as
Yes,
a document. You can save as documents. You can type on your MS Word. Do you understand? Type on MS
I was
Word.
like
You can
hearing that
screenshot for laptop now. You don't need to stress yourself.
Okay, let's start the class, please. I know that there will always be issue, even if no matter how perfect things are, people will always come and tell you they have issue. So that one is expected. So I'm not surprised. So, but what will happen is that God will help us to surmount everything. But the most important thing is for us to do the peace. That's what matters to me. I want you to do the peace. So don't be scared. Whatever we've said, at least I've revised this manual or slide several times. So nothing is like strange for you. And if there is feeling that there's anything strange, by the time we are done, you'll be fine. It will not be strange again. Okay. Okay, now in the last class, we've said so many things. I'm trying to create an email. Okay. We talk about the change of states, that a liquid block is a solid. When melted, becomes liquid, and when heated and vaporizes, it becomes gas. So from there, we can have solid, liquid, and gas. So that's a typical example. Okay, so I will also talk about that something like iodine can be, as a solid, can become a gas without undergoing the intermediate phase of liquid. And we say the process is called sublimation. So this method can also be used to remove contaminants of iodine in anything. Meaning that sublimation is a process of purification where a solid forms gas without passing through the intermediate liquid phase. That is sublimation. And the reverse of sublimation, we call it deposition, where gases is going to form solid without forming liquid. Then, having said that, we also know some other processes of purification, which is not for your schedule, for your syllabus here. I don't know whether you were taught in other, something like, you know what is filtration? You know what is decantation? These are simple separation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then in today's class, precisely, we talked about properties of gases. And we said gases can be compressible. That's what happens when you go to fill your gas. They compress it into a vessel. Remember, gas does not have a definite shape. It's only the size of the vessel that gives it the shape. And we also talk about expansibility. The probability that a gas can expand is very high. That's why when there's explosion, you see a gas, that's something that happened here. The effect is being seen at gates because it can explode, because it can expand. It's just like air. It mixes with air and expands. So that's another stuff we talk about gases. And we talk about exertion of pressure. That because solid, if you want to exert pressure in solid, it goes downward. For liquid, down and sides. While gases, both up, down, and sides. Please, whenever you enter into a class, try to mute yourself. That is the essence of being an educated fellow. You don't enter into a class where you're not the host, you're not speaking, and you unmute yourself. It doesn't show that you are learned. At this stage, you're in school not because you want to get certificates. You want to be civilized. You want to be educated. You want to be informed. You want to live a civil life. Okay, so make sure you, whenever you enter into any meeting, whether class or church meeting or any program that is online, you mute yourself, except you're permitted to talk, or yes, except you're the one hosting the meeting. Okay, that's a signal it shows about you, which is very, very important. Okay. Okay, then we'll talk about properties of gases. Gases can diffuse. That is why you can bring perfume. You spread one perfume and you can put another perfume. The perfume A is diffused into the perfume B. I'm going to give you another perfume entirely. They can form a homogeneous perfume. Okay, and that is also why somebody can pollute here and the gas will diffuse and go to another space. And every place, the air there becomes saturated with that particular odor. The density of gas is very low, meaning that when you compress this gas, it does not have weight as much as liquid. And that's why I see somebody, if you look at the weight of the cylinder, is not because of the gas in there, because gas has very low density. So the weight you're carrying, when you're carrying cylinder, I realize when you carry cylinder, when gas is there, the difference is not much, despite that the cylinder is filled, because the density of mass of gases are very low. When you compare with something like liquid, you know that when you put liquid in something, the weight triples. So gases has low density. So that's properties of gases. Okay, now in today's topic, we're going to talk about hybridization. Hybridization. When you talk about hybridization, a simple term I want you to understand, because this particular topic, you're going to meet it in your 213. Okay, so you have to understand what is hybridization. Hybridization simply means mixing of atomic orbital, and it must be minimum of 2. So mixing of 2 or more atomic orbitals. And for them to mix, they must be in the same energy level, and are going to form a new hybrid orbital. Now, in this definition, look at the keywords. Number 1 is a mixing. What are you mixing? Minimum of 2 atomic orbitals. So what about them? They must be in the same energy level. What's the sense of mixing? They want to mix to form a new hybrid orbital. So they're not just forming a hybrid orbital, they must form a new one. And for them to mix, they must be in the same energy level. And what is missing is not just ions, is not electrons, they're atomic orbitals. So it's a mixing. Now, bringing hybridization life is that when couple get married, for a husband and wife to get married, even if a man is 50 years and the lady is 20 years, the woman is going to come up and the man is going to come down. They're going to meet on the same energy level to be able to marry. Now, when they get married, when they give birth, they're going to give birth to a new person that has their replica. So they must be 2 to tango, and are going to form a new hybrid orbital that have some similarity of both atomic orbitals that hybridize. So that is hybridization for you. So in this, we have s orbital, we have p orbitals, we have d orbitals, and we have f orbital. These are the orbitals that will undergo hybridization, right? And when the maximum number of electrons in this s orbital is 2 electrons, then the number of p is 6 electrons, and each electron will occupy each maximum electron in an orbital is 2, meaning that my s is going to have just 1 orbital. My p, because it has 6 electrons, is going to have 3 orbitals. My d, because it has 10 electrons, is going to have 5 orbitals. My f, having 14 electrons, is going to have 7 orbitals. So my f has 7 orbitals, my d 5 orbitals, my p 3 orbitals, and my s 1 orbital. So these are the orbitals that can form hybridization. And the new hybrid are going to form can be sp, right? Either sp, sp2, sp3, sp3d, and sp3d2. At your level, we are going to stop at sp, sp2, and sp3. That is what where we're going to stop at your level. By the time we get to higher level, like 300 level, you can start hearing about sp3d and sp2d2. Okay, I hope this is taken. Can I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's talk about sp3 hybrid orbital. Now, sp3 hybrid orbital is orbital of saturated compound. Saturated compound. Remember, when a compound is saturated, now what does it mean to be saturated? I want you to understand. When you are saturated, it means that giving you another food is disturbing your system. You know, when you're eating, you know, like maybe you like cake or something, you know you're fine, or you like rice and fried rice and chicken, and you know you're filled already. But because of that meal is very sweet, you don't want to stop eating until you can't even, at times you end up vomiting or being restless all day because you pass your saturation point. Saturation is also what happens when you add a solid into a liquid, and that solid dissolve, and at a stage it cannot dissolve again. Realize it is saturated. It can no longer take any. So when an orbital is saturated, it means it cannot absorb any electron. It's filled up. So sp3 hybridized is for saturated compound. A typical example are alkanes. We're going to know why alkanes are saturated. So bed bond angle of all saturated compounds are 109.5. Except when they are bent, they can be lower. The normal straight chain bond angle is 109.5 degrees or 109.28 minutes. But normally in an exam, you're going to see it as 109.5 degrees in degrees. So understand when you're talking about if the unit is in degrees, just be sensitive to all this because that is all about CBT. Then it contains 25 S character and 75 P character. Why is it 75 P character? Because if you look at SP3, if you divide by 100, it means for every 25, P is going to have 75 because it has three times. So when you divide by 4, 100 by 4, because S is 1 and P is 3, we are going to have 25. Because S is 1, S is going to have 25. Then P is 3, it's going to have 25 times 3. That's why we have 25 S character and 75 P character for sp3 hybrid orbital. And the shape of this sp3 is tetrahedra. Tetrahedra. When you talk about tetra, it means that we have 4 bonding sites. That's what we call it tetrahedra. Okay. Now, what are the examples of compounds that can exhibit this sp3? A typical example is all alkanes. So, example here is not methane, it is ethane. This is ethane. Methane, there's a mistake in the example I gave here. The formula is wrong. Methane is CH4. Okay, so correct it. Methane is CH4. And ethane is C2H6. So this is wrong. The structure is wrong. So correct it. So example is methane. If you're talking about methane, remember when you get to your 213, you're going to understand. The molecular formula for alkane is CnH2n plus 2. So meaning that for every 1 carbon, I need what? How many hydrogen? 2 plus n. That is 2 plus n. If my carbon is 1, 2 plus 1, right? 2n. So that is what we are going to have. So that is my alkane. So CnH2n plus 2. So if my n is 1, so 2 times 1 plus 2, making it CH4. That is where we have our methane. So the same formula used to form all the homologous members. Okay? We call them homolog. The members of the homologous series is called homolog. This is for your 213. Then another one is ammonia. So we're going to know how are these ones sp3. How are they sp3? Let's look at how they are sp3.
I have a question.
Now, okay, good. Ask your question. Okay?
The shape of ammonia is not tetrahedral.
Okay, yeah. Ammonia is trigonal. Is ammonium.
It should be
Thank you.
ammonia.
Yes, is ammonium. NH4. Thank you very much.
Yes. So, can you like what?
Ammonia is trigonal. Ammonia is trigonal.
Yes, ma.
Ma,
Yeah,
please. Also, water is sp3 hybridized, and it is also known tetrahedral, and the bond angle is different from the bond
What
angle
are
of
you
all
talking about?
sp3. I said water. Water H2O.
No, we're not talking about water. Water is not tetrahedral. We're not talking about water.
Okay, no.
The bond, we're not talking about water.
Okay.
Okay. When we get to that, I think in the class we are going to have on Monday, we are going to have why some bond angle can change. Remember, when we are talking about this hybridization, we're talking about valence bond. Shapes can be, there's so many methods they can use to determine the shape of compounds. So using a hybridization, we're using valence bond, right? That's because we're using valence electron to determine the shape of these compounds. So On Monday, we're going to know how we're going to use valence shell electron pair repulsion. But today we're going to use the valence bond. We're talking about hybridization. Ask question.
My ammonia is just hybridized. I don't know what he was saying.
So hello, when we get to that, we'll talk about it. Ammonia, in terms of shape, in terms of shape, ammonia is not tetrahedral. But in terms of hybridization, ammonia is sp3. Why? Because of the bonding side. We are going to look at it. By the virtue of the bonding side, it is sp3. But in terms of shape, it's not tetrahedral. Now, okay, let's go. Now, let me tell you how to get the hybridization of sp3. Okay? Do you have your biro? Do you have your paper? Let's go. Now, let's sort out the what of ammonia. What? I write the atomic number of ammonia. If you're done, say I'm done. Just write it, yes, ma'am, so I can continue. What's the atomic number of ammonia? What's the atomic number of nitrogen? Atomic number of nitrogen is what?
14.
Okay. So let's write the electronic configuration. Let's do
7. Who said 14?
I am 1s2, 2s2, and 2p what? Let's do now. 2p3, right?
3.
Now, remember what we talk about hybridization. Hybridization is mixing of atomic orbital of the same what? Energy level. So what are the things that can hybridize? What are the things that can hybridize? And 1s2 can it hybridize?
And 2p3.
Okay, now, yeah, 1s cannot do because it's not on the same energy level, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we are dealing with 2p, 2s2, and 2p3. Let's write their orbital. Look at how on the slide here you can see how they write orbital, right? Let's draw the structure of orbital of s. S is going to be 1 orbital, right? P is going to be 3 orbital. I draw it on your notes. Are you done drawing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, put the electrons on S. Just on top of your orbital that you draw, write S and P on top of them. Then on that S, remember, you're going to fill singly before pairing, right?
Yes.
Then we are going to do the one of S, single and pair. Then P, we have only 2. We are going to do single. And we're going to have 1 empty orbital, right? That is in ground state. Now, for hybridization to occur, all these electrons, they must be excited. Without excitation, there is no reaction. That's what happens when you see your friend you've not seen for another. You're excited, you run and you hug. Is that excitement that made you to hybridize? So that's that running and hugging. Even if you're in the crowd, you don't care. You're excited, you're reacting. So
sorry, ma.
Okay.
Ma, can you come again? For this.
I said on the ground states. On the ground states, we are going to have on S orbital. Remember, S is going to be 1 orbital, right? Then
Yes, ma.
P is going to be 3 orbitals.
Yes, ma.
I don't like the noise I'm hearing in the background. I don't like the noise. Please mute yourselves. I don't like the noise. Mute yourselves. Farouk, what's the question?
I just wanted to ask you to come again and you said it's
Okay. Now S has 2 orbitals. So we're going to fill the electrons in opposite pins, right? Up and down for S orbital. In P orbital, we're going to have only one pin that is standing. That is on ground state because my P has 3 orbitals. Okay, my P has 3 orbitals. This is what happened. Okay, good. This is what happened on the ground state. Now listen. For nitrogen, that is why, let me tell you why nitrogen cannot be tetrahedral. And why nitrogen is a special case. Let's go. Now, for hydrogen to come and bond, Remember, s orbital is already saturated. That's why nitrogen has one lone pair, right? That is where we have lone pair, right? That is lone pair. What is lone pair? Something that is not pairing, that is on its own. It is paired by itself. So 2s, it has 2 electrons that is paired. So it does not need anybody to come and pair. Why the p orbitals has 3 that are not paired already. So hydrogen is going to come and pair. So go under that p orbitals, go there and put hydrogen, 3 hydrogens. And that is why my nitrogen has 3 bonding sites. Now, this one is lone pair, is not participating in the bonding.
Yes, ma'am.
This one is not participating in the bonding. Now let's come again in alkane, the popular alkane. Now use this method and do and confirm sp3 of alkane. Let's confirm it again. Now write carbon.
Which alkane is it? Methane.
Methane, yes. Write carbon. What's the atomic number of carbon?
6.
I will remove
6,
some
man.
people
Carbon
from
is
this
6.
group. I will remove some people from this group. Then anybody that disturbs my class, I'm going to remove the person, and the person will not participate in the test. Anybody, I muted everybody, and some people unmute themselves. I'm talking about buying pure water in the class. Let's go to carbon. Atomic number of carbon is what? 6.
12.
Atomic number of carbon is 12. Let's write. No, atomic number of carbon is 6.
It's 6.
It's 6. Let's write. 1s2, 2s2, and 2p2. Put it in hybridization form. In a ground state, what do we have? What do we have in ground state?
2p3.
We don't have 2p3 in ground state.
2s1.
In ground state, we have 2s2. In ground state, we have 2s2 and 2p2. That is ground state. Now, on excitation, when excited, what happens? My 2s is going to dash p. Somebody is on and somebody's mic is on. Mustafa, if I take you out of my class, I hope it's not bad. This is the last one I'm going to give you guys. Now let's excite the electrons. So my 2s is going to have 1 electron. All my p orbital is going to have electrons. So every of them are happy. Now, in excitement, let me bring it down. When you are happy, that's what some people do. When there's money, they are expecting 5,000 and 50,000 enter. They'll start declaring for their friends. They're excited, they're giving out. Then when you're not happy, even the one you have to hold it tight because you don't even come near me. So because they are excited, 2s has 2 electrons and 2p, one of them are not having. We cannot go when I have 2, I don't have 1, and we are friends. Let's share now. They join sharing. 2s have to give the remaining p. Remember, in p we have px, py, and pz. Because pz does not have, 2s has to give pz1, and all of them have 1, 1, 1, 1. Now, in our methane, we have how many hydrogen? 4 hydrogen. That's a typical alkane. Therefore, that is why carbon, this is the reason why carbon have 4 bonding sites. This is why we say carbon have 4 valence electrons. Remember, in hybridization, we are making use of valence electron. So in this case, if hydrogen is coming, how many hydrogen are we having here? We are having 4 hydrogen in methane. So all of them will come and bond in all the spaces because there is no lone pair. That's why there is no lone pair in carbon as a central atom. While in nitrogen, we have a lone pair. So, we have sp3 hybridized. Because in all of them, we can see what? Hydrogen bonding.
Hydrogen, yes.
Now, let me use this thing to talk about sp2 and sp. Now, remember, we have excited this carbon. In sp2, remember, we have a typical example is alkene. Alkene is where we have double bond, single double bond. So write carbon and put double bond and put another carbon. That is alkene. Write it on the paper. Now, in alkane, all the SPX, XPY, SPZ are participating in bonding. They are forming sigma bond, which is a very strong bond. But when we come to hybridization in alkene, where we have unsaturation, remember unsaturation means there is still space to fill. In saturation, there is no space to fill. You can just come and bond. There's no full space for you to come and say, I want to come and stay in one room. No, you're coming to do attache. That is why we are saying it is saturated, no space. But for us to form sp2, it means that the electron in Z is not going to participate in bonding. It's going to be labile. And that is the electron they are going to use to form the weak bond called pi bond. That is why we have double bond. That double bond is made up of sigma bond and pi bond. The sigma bond is a strong bond, but the pi bond is a weak bond. So this electron in Z is not participating in bonding in sp2. It is used to form pi bond. Okay? And that is why it is only in alkane that you're going to have one carbon forming a compound. In other one, because of double bond, it must be 2. Why is it 2? Because each of the carbon is going to contribute electron to form a bond. Each bond is made up of 2 electrons. So one carbon cannot form a double bond. It needs another carbon. That is why in alkene and alkyne, you're going to understand. In alkene and alkyne, you're going to have double bond. You need 2 carbons to form the double bond or triple bond. But this is for sp3 we are going to talk about. I'm going to show you the slide of sp2. So before we get there, I want you to understand the difference. That in sp2, the p orbital, that is 3, the last one is not going to be used in forming bonding. So that one, we're going to use it as a pi bond. It's going to be labeled, so it's going to be used as pi bond. While in sp, the py and pz are not going to participate in bonding. That's why we're going to have triple bond. So sp3 is single bond, sp2 is double bond, sp is triple bond. In that triple bond, the electron in y and z are not useful. They are used in forming bonding, right? The same thing, why in sp2, the one in z is not useful. That's why we have one double bond. So let's go. Now, sp2 hybridized. You're going to understand. I'm going to explain here. sp2 hybridized. Number one, you're going to know the bond angle is 120. Now, whenever you're talking about the character, divide all the numbers by the number. Now, if you're going to divide 100 by 3, so that's why you're going to know the one that's why we're going to have one is 33.3. The P is going to be 66.66, right? Because when you divide by 3, you're going to have 33.3. 100 divided by 3. And the shape is trigonal. Now, example is 18, just like I said. How does it go? Let's go. This is my sp2 hybridized orbital. You can see this is excited state. When they hybridize, the last one is not useful. 1p orbital is not useful. So we're going to use only 2 orbital. One of them will not be useful. That one, the one of last one, is going to be used to forming pi bond. So that's why we're having 1s and 2p. The last one is not used. That is why we have sp2 hybridized. That's why we have double bond. And then if you look at when you draw the structure, you realize what we have terminal hydrogen is 2 hydrogen. While in alkane, terminal hydrogen is 3 hydrogen. You're going to understand better. Just understand it the way we are talking about. When you get to 2 and 3, we're going to do it in detail. But this one is for you to understand the fundamentals. How is it formed? By hybridization. Now, if you go to SP, SP is linear. It is 180 on a straight line. Remember, because of being linear, they are equal. We have 50 S character and 50 P character. Okay? An example also, we are talking about ethyne, where we have C with triple bond and another C. Because carbon has valency of 4, in alkene or 18, carbon, because of valency of 4, the double bond is already 2. So I already need 2 bonding to finish it. That's why it has 2 terminal. But in alkyne, example, ethyne, because valency of 4, 3 already is triple bond. So I only need 1. That one makes it to be very linear. And the other one of 2 making it to be 120 degrees. So ethyne is 180 degrees, bond angle 18 is 120, ethane is 109.5. The first one, tetrahedral, that is ethane. Then trigonal is 120 degrees, while linear is 180 degrees. So this is sp hybridized. You can see on the ground states, you can see on the excited states. Then when look at the unhybridized d orbitals, we have 2 that is unhybridized. Because 2 is unhybridized, only 1 S and 1 P that is participating in the bonding. So that's why we have them as sp hybridized. So why I'm doing this here, I want us to meet up with the test time. So ask your question on the hybridization and all that we've done so far, so we can go for our test. So at the end, I'm going to share the email. Let me share the email of where you're going to submit your test.
Mama's having a test today.
Okay, ask your question. Ask your question. Ask your question.
I have a question.
William. Okay, I can hear you. Just ask your question, okay?
How did you get presenting?
Yeah. And it's I'm coming. Let me put this email I just created because of this test, so that even if it's 1,000 mail that is coming, it will not. They will not block it. Yeah. And it's 32. Okay. That's the email. Ask test so I can share the test. That test. Okay, I think we still have ask test. I want that test. I want the test in like 10 minutes. So you have to be fast finger.
Sorry, Ma. I didn't understand how you proved the hybridization.
Excuse me, I didn't see the email, ma.
William Anita 032 at Gmail. William, all of them are small letter. Then the O is capital letter. William 032. Then the O.
Ma, what are those on YouTube? How are they supposed to see the email?
They will see it now. Everything. Okay. Let me send it. Let me send that one.
Okay, Ma, are we to do the test on paper, snap it and send it to the email?
Yes, and if you're using laptop, what you can do on laptop is you go to maybe use your MS Word. Do it on MS Word, then save and send as a MS Word format or whatever. And if you have a snapshot, you can do snapshot and send whatever. Just make sure that you entered my name. And remember there is a time limit. So that's what matters. There's a time limit. Because anybody that did not submit at the appropriate time is as good as you did not submit.
Ma.
I can hear you.
No, I'm sorry. What I
So
wanted
I
to
don't
ask,
understand the process
no,
of the
Okay, don't worry, I'm going to go down. I
whoa,
want to talk
one now.
to.
Calm
Can
down. Let me
anybody?
talk.
Can somebody share that thing on the YouTube? I'm trying to connect. You know, I'm doing two things at the same time. So
Ma,
I'm trying to connect with people on YouTube. So that's what I'm doing. So tell me, what is
ma,
that?
please, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, what don't you understand on hybridization? Okay, let me explain hybridization.
Oh,
what is it about
Move
hybridization?
yourself.
Let's process. We don't
it's a
understand.
question.
What's the question?
Okay, Ma, sorry. This ammonia now. Ammonia is under sp3 hybrid orbital, hybridization rather. And it's not tetrahedral like
It's not ammonia is
yes.
not tetrahedral, but it's
Yes,
sp3.
Yes, ma'am. So I want to ask a
Okay, thank you
question
very
now.
much.
I want to ask a question, since it is not tetrahedral and it is trigonal pyramidal, is the bond angle also still also 109.5 degrees?
Now, see the issue of bond angle of sp3 and ammonia. Now, remember, I said that another method we are going to talk about in the next class. That why ammonia is not tetrahedral. It is because of the lone pair of electrons that cause repulsion. We are going to discuss about it. So that's why if you're talking about determining the shape of a compound, you don't use only one method. One of the methods we are using is now valence bond methods via hybridization. So we're going to talk about another method, which is valence shell electron pair repulsion method. So that is where we're going to talk about why ammonia is supposed to be is sp3 but not tetrahedral shape.
What's your mail?
That is it now. Somebody has shared it already.
What's your mail?
Somebody has shared that already.
Okay, Ma, can I ask my
Ma,
question?
good morning, Ma. I have a question.
Okay.
When you were proving sp3
No, I'm going to talk about it again. I'm going to talk about all the SPs. I'm going to explain them briefly before the test. Any other question apart from hybridization?
Ma, I have a question.
I have a question.
Ma, I have a question. It is about that test. How am I going to do it?
How are you going to do what?
The test. You sent email address.
Yes.
I don't know the question.
You don't know what?
The question that I will solve.
Relax now. Don't be in a haste. I will share the question here when it's time. So I'm looking at time.
Okay, Ma, I have a question, Ma.
Okay.
My question is concerning that SP hybridization.
Okay.
Yeah, you before the others, you said something about sigma and pi bond. Now I want to ask that how many sigma bond or pi bond does the SP has?
SP has 2 pi bond and 1 sigma bond.
Okay, Ma. Thank you, Ma.
Okay. Let me explain now. Please, everybody should mute their mic or mute. You should mute. Make sure you're muted so I can explain. Hybridization is simply mixing of atomic orbitals of the same energy level. Can you mute? Lasisi, mute your mic. HP, don't know how to mute. There are some people that are not supposed to be in university because I don't understand. Simple English, you guys don't know. What's the meaning of that? Now, having said that, I say at this level, you're going to be dealing on S and P hybridization or hybrid orbitals. Now, for sp3, carbon at ground state is going to have 2s and 2p. But when excited, we're going to have 1s and 3p. Now, in that first excited state, that's why we have sp3, because one S and 3p are going to participate. A typical example is alkane, especially methane. Then when we go to sp2, we realize that, remember, p has 3 orbitals, px, py, pz. The pz is not participating in bonding for sp2. That's why we have only one S and 2p. That one that is not participating is used in forming double bond. That is why sp2 will always have double bond. A typical example, alkane. Simplest example is 18. That is C2H what? H4. Why? Because carbon have a valence electron of 4, and double bond has already occupied 2. So remaining 2 at the terminal. That is why for you to talk about double bond or triple bond, you need minimum of 2 carbons. So that's why alkane starts with carbon number 1, while alkane and alkyne start with carbon number 2 as the simplest or the first carbon. You don't need to cram it. If you cram it, you're going to mobile it up. Understand it. Please don't cram chemistry, understand it. Now, when you come to alkyne, in alkyne, that is sp hybridized. The xy and the py and pz are not participating in bonding. So they are used as forming pi bonds. Remember, it's a weak bond. So we only have one S and one P. That's why they are sp hybridized. And now in reaction, it is only the pi bond that breaks because they are weak. So whenever the the sigma bond breaks, the compound is splitted. Pi bond is like friendship. Sigma bond is like marriage. It's a very strong bond to break, especially when there is wedding in court. The sigma bond, pi bond is a simple one. You can say, please don't call my number again, and block the person. That is a weak bond. It can easily be broken, unlike sigma bond. So my sp hybridized have one. All of them have sigma bond, and you cannot have more than one sigma bond on a compound. So the pi bond can be maximum of 3, maximum of 2. So that's why in alkane we have one pi bond. In alkyne we have 2 pi bonds. In alkane we have no pi bond. I hope it's clear now. So my sp3 means that all the S and P are participating in hybridization. sp2 meaning that only 2p are participating in hybridization. sp meaning that only 1p is participating in hybridization. So we have now, in terms of saturation, sp3 is supersaturated, sp2 is unsaturated, while sp is highly unsaturated. If a reaction wants to occur and sp2 is taking 2 moles, sp is going to take 4 moles because they are highly unsaturated. So that is that. So let's go back to our piece. As soon as I'm going to count, I'm going to give you time to submit. Our tension is not high. I wish you success in your quiz.
Hey, now is the question.
Relax, question is coming. Everybody must be muted. Everybody must be muted. Your time starts now.
I can't see the question.
I can't see the question. Can you see it now?
Yes, ma. Perfect.
Okay.
Ma, this is not everything, ma.
Can I go to the next page?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Yes,
No,
ma.
ma.
No, ma, no,
No,
ma.
no, no.
No,
Oh,
Just wait, oh, calm down.
yes, ma. Yes, ma.
You're making noise, so you're making noise. By 9:50, I'm going to move. 9:50, I'm going to move.
This is not everything, ma.
Yeah, this is not everything. By 9:50, I'm going to move. Can I go to the next page?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
No, ma, just one.
Yes. Yes. You're making noise. You're making noise. And by 9:50, I'm going to move. 9:50, I'm going to move. Yeah, this is not everything. By 9:50, I'm going to move. Can I go to the next page? Somebody is doing expo in my class. I'm going to take that person out. That person has to leave. Who is this Darasimi? Darasimi, you have me to contend with. If there's anything I hate, is what you're doing now. You have me to contend with, don't worry. Somebody is doing expo in my class. I'm going to take that person out. That person has to leave. Who is this Darasimi? Darasimi, you have me to contend with. If there's anything I hate, is what you're doing now. You have me to contend with, don't worry. Somebody is doing expo in my class. That person has to leave. Who is this Darasimi? Darasimi, you have me to contend with.
Excuse me, ma.
Please, number 6 questions. I can't see it, ma.
Another name for dative bonding is
Ma, the options are kind of.
the exam. You don't need to talk. Number 6 is very correct because he did not read your notes. Or you were not
No,
making it.
ma, they don't coordinate ionic bond.
If you talk and ask person, I'll walk you out. Answer the question the way it is. You're going to send to the mail. I've shared the email. William.
Is this all the
and it's about
questions?
22. No, don't worry. The
Okay,
questions
ma.
are 22. So you still have 4 slides coming. I'm giving time for the weaker brethren.
Yes, yeah, we see the word in my mind.
Okay. In a few seconds now, we are moving to the next page. Please make sure you participate in this test. Make sure you put in your best in this test.
Hello, ma. Ma, please, ma.
Don't ask
Hello,
question
ma.
on the test. Don't ask question on the test. Just write
No,
what
no,
you
no.
saw.
It's not. It's not on the test, ma. I'm in the hospital taking the test, ma. So I just want to know how this thing came about, ma. Please, ma.
How what came about?
Like the questions, ma. Are we going to submit it the deadline, ma? Because I'm in the hospital now, ma.
You can submit online. You're submitting online. You're online. Just submit to my mail.
Okay, by what time, ma? The deadline, ma, please.
Immediately you finish, you submit it.
Okay, ma. Okay, ma.
And take care of your health.
Please, ma, the previous slide.
What were you doing when others were writing?
Please, ma, the previous slide. It was not sent.
I'm giving you 5 seconds. So you've taken so much time on that slide.
Ma, can we write the answers only?
Only write the answers. I'm not writing
Write
questions.
options. You're not writing questions. Only options you're writing. 7A, 8B, 9C, 10D. That's all.
Okay, ma'am.
You're not writing. Don't write question.
Ma, are we submitting only we're writing only the options?
Write your name, write your department, write your mark number, and 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. Write it and submit it. That's all I need.
Okay,
Just the options, please. The answers. Don't write questions.
okay, ma.
Your name, department, and matric number.
Ma, please, the previous slide.
No,
the previous
I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going back.
Ma, the next slide, ma.
Sorry, please excuse me, ma.
Wait now.
Somebody said I'm not seeing. He is not seeing.
Hello.
Who be this
Who
one?
said I'm
Which
not
one be
seeing?
next slide?
Excuse me, ma.
The question is visible on YouTube. I don't know why you're saying you're not seeing the question on YouTube.
Honestly, it is not clear.
Okay, maybe I should be dictating it for you people on YouTube. People on YouTube.
Ma, please, can I go back to the first slide?
That would be
Ma,
better,
please
ma.
don't dictate.
Ma, please, from the beginning.
No worry, I'm going to dictate it on you. People, I can't see it, ma.
Ma,
This
please,
thing
the
is
first
not
slide,
clear.
ma, the first slide.
Please, how do we submit? Next slide, ma. I know some people are just this is what you need to do is expand your view, put your YouTube on full screen. You're going to see it. If you put it on
Those
full
on
screen.
YouTube should increase their quality. It's their quality of video. They should increase their quality
Okay,
of video. Though
those
it
on
will take
YouTube,
more data.
increase your quality, your video quality, because it's very visible. Increase your video quality. You see it.
Ma, it is clear on YouTube as well. Ma, it is clear on YouTube. I just checked it now. It's clear.
Good. Some people are looking for a space.
Ma, please, next slide.
Yes.
And ma, so the email, is it 0 or the letter O?
It's letter O.
Okay, ma. Then our answers, we should snap it and send it, Abby.
Yes.
Okay, ma.
Ma,
Thank
can
you,
we
ma.
also type it and send?
Ma, can we
You
change
can
it
type
to
and
PDF
send.
format? Can we send it as PDF? We change it to
Yes,
PDF format.
yes, but remember it's time restricted. So as soon as 5 minutes, 5 3 minutes past 10. You're late if you did not submit.
Ma, please give us time
So
to be able to type it and change to PDF, please.
I don't want anybody to mago. Students, I know you guys are smart, but I want to outsmart you today.
Please, can we submit it now?
10:15.
Yes, if you're done, submit. If you're done, submit.
Number 20 question is cut off. Can you reduce this
Sorry,
thing? You
please, I've
zoomed in
not
too
been able
much.
to join the from the beginning.
So I'm going to flash all the questions so you can go through and compare and revise your answer. Then I'll log off. Anybody that have anything less than 20 over 22, I'm going to flog that person. You have me to contend with on Monday. Make sure you read it very well.
Ma, can we submit now?
Yes, very well. If you're sure, submit.
Okay.
As soon as it's 10 o'clock, I'm going to flash all the slides of the questions.
Yes,
then
Ma, I need to add our matric number to it or just snap
your
and send.
name, your matric number, your department.
Okay,
because
ma.
without your identity, you don't have a results.
Map is number
Okay, let's
21.
go.
The answer
Let's
is
start
not
from
there.
one. Don't worry.
Ah,
Let's
number
start from
21, the answer is not there.
Don't
Map is
worry.
number 21. The answer is not there.
Okay, don't worry.
21, the answer is there, pa.
Pick one now, just pick one.
If you say the answer is not there, I think that you don't know the answer. This is not first slide. So go through it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide number 2. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, ma. Some of us were not able to join from the beginning because the YouTube was not clear.
YouTube was clear. They say you have to increase your video quality.
Honestly, I was just joining from YouTube and it was not clear.
Okay, this is another one.
This is my previous slide.
10, 9, the previous slide. At
Yes,
this
ma'am.
level, you're talking about previous slide.
Ma, please, can you go to the last slide? Last slide.
Okay, I will satisfy everybody. You know, if I'm God, I would have been doing so many things at the same time, but I'm human. So I can only go at a time. Okay?
Ma, please, the first slide again, please.
You can see human being cannot please them.
First slide, I'm not done with it.
It is not easy to be God, though, because God, you can imagine how many prayers people are praying. And I cannot answer them.
Ma, please, the last slide.
Okay.
Ma, last slide.
Man, the last slide.
Ah.
Good morning, ma. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Ma, please, the second slide. Ma, please, the second slide.
Yes,
So
ma,
the
please, I want
last
to ask.
You're good with
When I
last
send
slide.
you,
Everybody's good with last slide. Good. Let's go to second slide.
ma, please, when I send you the solution via your email, should we put it in a document or
Ma,
should
the
just
last
type it?
slide.
Ma, please, last slide.
Last slide. Whether document,
Ma, the last
whether
slide.
snapping or whatever.
Ma, the last slide.
Everything is
last
typed, Abi.
slide.
I just snapped that. Man, the last
Ma, the
slide.
last slide.
You don't send it to us.
Man, the third slide. The third slide.
The first slide.
Yes, ma.
Are you sure you
No.
this one?
Ma, the
Ma,
last
the
slide.
last
I'm
slide.
not done.
Okay.
Man, the last slide. The last
I
slide.
know what people are doing like this. You're snapping, Ali. Students.
No,
take
we are
The
not
last
snapping.
slide.
We are
The
not
last
snapping.
slide.
No.
Man, the last
No,
slide.
I'm
Please,
closing
ma,
it.
go to the number
So,
11.
Man, the last slide. The
last
last
slide.
Submit.
Ma,
Submit.
please,
Number
last
11.
slide.
I'm not beginning. I'm not submitting again.
11.
Submit.
Man, the
Submit.
last slide,
Ma,
please, please.
Ma,
I'm not
Ma,
bringing
please, the
anything.
number 11.
I'm not. Your time is up. The time is up. Thank you. If you did not finish up, you did not finish. Okay. Now I'm here, and in the next 2 minutes, I will take my mail, and any other person that did not submit, did not submit.
Ma, the mail
Please,
is
what
coming
will
not
you
down.
Paste the
Like,
mail
I don't
again.
understand.
How will I turn it to PDF? How will I turn the picture to the PDF?
Just send it as JPEG. You can send it as picture. I don't care. Just let me see what
Ma,
is
it's
Okay,
there.
I send a picture. Okay, man.
Saying address not found.
Hello, ma. Try to
address
send
was
to
not
your
found.
Gmail, and they said the address wasn't found.
The address was not
Yes, they
found.
say address not
Yes,
found.
ma.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Yes,
ma.
Yes, ma. It's saying address not
Oh,
I
you put
said it
zero.
for now.
Yes, ma. You saying address not found?
Eh?
So I can see address not found.
Address was found. Don't put
Ma,
zero.
I've sent my own. Ma, I've sent my own.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't
Is
think
it
your
zero
is that
or O?
Ma, please, what mail are we sending it to?
And it's O, not zero. Don't use zero.
Yes, my own.
Please, those that have sent it, please send the mail you used
I've
to
sent it.
chat.
Which mail did you use?
Which mail are we sending it How do we to? send picture? It's not sending picture.
Put it as an attachment to the mail. Put it as an attachment to the mail.
Is it O zero?
Number 6 is very correct. Just copy and paste the email so you don't make mistakes.
Ma, please, number 24 choice. Okay, that's the number 24.
Ma, submitted my. Hello, excuse me, ma.
I don't think the address exists. Open the one they are typing.
William Anita, ma. I sent a mail. I was told the
You guys that are
name wasn't
typing,
correct.
that email you are typing is not correct too.
Hello, ma. Hello, ma.
William Anita, O, capital O, capital O.
Yes, yes. Don't
type
double
it,
N,
just
ma.
When you send the email, that's the easier. You're not making mistake. Ma, I've sent my own.
Ma, please, can you write on the comment section, ma? Ma, can you write the name on the comment section, ma?
You
Ma,
can
please keep it in the comment section.
I do. Somebody should do that. Somebody should
Address
do
is
that.
not found. Ma, the address, open the one they typed. It
Saying
does not
address not
exist.
found. Saying address
Those
not
people
found.
that think they sent it.
Address
Ma,
not found.
have you received it? Those people that sent it, they feel.
People that sent it, what did you use?
It wasn't correct. It said the name wasn't correct. Your message wasn't
His name was correct though.
See, the problem
please,
is that the people
very
sending
Okay, please.
sending it
I
type.
think it's
Not
William.
supposed to
I
type
just
it.
opened
Just
it now.
copy and paste.
Just
Copy and
William
paste.
Anita.
Simple.
Put zero.
Ah.
Let's see. Put 032.
Yes,
Put 032.
You guys are the ones making mistake by typing.
Put
Just
zero.
copy
Put
and paste.
032.
Okay.
Put 032.
My 032. I've seen 032.
I texted my own. I did not snap.
Put 032 works.
Yes,
I just
ma,
opened it
032 is
now.
working.
Capital
Yes.
O. It's capital O.
No, zero. Use number zero.
Ma,
I
I already
use zero.
sent
And
back
it
the
works.
capital O and I saw the
Ma,
email.
please, I'm not understanding. Can you rewrite the mail?
Please use zero. I use capital O. You know what? I just opened the email now. I use normal zero. It entered. Please use normal zero, not O. Use normal zero.
Ma, have you seen mine? I've submitted.
Yes.
My saying address not found. Goodness only.
Okay,
Use
ma.
normal zero, not O. Use normal zero, not O.
Email.
Ma, both
Ma,
mine.
The mail is saying address not found.
Ma, I've already used O and it worked, but zero is not working.
I'm on by force.
Excuse me, have you seen mine?
I use zero and the thing sent.
I use zero is working. Make sure
Yes, zero is
Oh,
working.
lowercase.
everything is small letter. Don't cap anything. William, Anita,
Don't just win.
Yeah,
032 .com.
Please confirm the same goodness only.
One is the
William, Anita,
I
032
032
at
is working.
gmail.com.
Zero to it is working now.
chemical bond is not a type of bond.
So have we started seeing our submissions?
Yes, just submit. I'm online.
The type rubbish to look up to this.
Ma. Excuse me, ma. Excuse me, ma.
Okay.
Ma, please, have you seen the Unistar Karim?
Relax. Submit.
Hello, ma.
Can we send the question, ma?
Any information depends on the arrangement.
Excuse me, ma. Hello, ma.
I can hear you.
But now you said we should use normal zero again. Should I resend it to the one with normal zero? Or I should leave it?
I can hear you.
Excuse me, ma. Please, have you seen mine?
I'm not.
But now you said
Ma, okay, I see.
Question be this one now.
Ma, I sent it to both 032
I've seen submissions so far. Abraham Ebe, Tofumi, Eni Johnson, Kwetua, Precious Madike, Rafael Awa, Emilia Martins, Feyi Shewa, Adewale. Plenty. So I'm seeing your submission. But
What
at
of
this
goodness
level,
only?
Ma, what of
Only goodness, ma.
Yomide?
And what about
there are plenty. I can't call all the names.
Man.
As long as it's red submitted, you're fine.
Yes, ma. Once you refresh, you refreshing, you
But
see.
do you think I just not fine?
Ma, have you seen my notification while you're here?
There's so many names here, please. I can't. But you're fine. Your names are here, as long as it's submitted, I'll go through it. So thank you very much. So on Monday, we are going to do the revision of the test on Monday.
Mine is still showing not delivered.
As long as it's showing submitted, you're fine.
To people who are
All small letter. William, Anita, 032, no space. One word. Okay, bye.
120 and 1 minute.